G'day everyone. Today I'm showing you how I went about upgrading the drive shafts on our C64 ready to runs. So first thing you want to do is you want to do an inventory of the parts to make sure that you have everything in your kit. You should have 2 male and 2 female drive shafts, 4 end couplers, 4 springs, 4 inner pins, 4 outer pins, and 10 grub screws. So to start with, we want to insert the inner pin in the drive shaft end. You need to ensure that you can access the hole in the inner pin for the next step. So we want to take the coupler, place it over the drive shaft end, and now take the inner pin and insert it through the entire piece. So getting the spring over the coupler is quite tricky. I found that it was easiest to use my nails and get one coil down first, and then the rest just sort of slid on. Don't forget to chuck some grease in the joints. After that, we repeat the process until they are assembled. You can skip forward to installation at around 1 minute 30. So I had a bit of footage get corrupted, but the important parts are still here at least. You need to take the front steering link off one side and move your steering servo to full lock on the other. This gives you room to access the front differential. The plastic shafts sometimes take a bit of force to come apart, also make sure this locator stays in place. Why do we need to open the front diffs? The input gear in the diff needs to be snug with the drive shaft. There has to be as little movement as possible. Let me show you what I mean. This gear is past inspection. So now we're installing the drive shaft onto the gear. I use a small washer to shim these shafts. These can be found at a local hardware for pretty cheap. I like to run the grub screw right the way into the drive shaft to make sure the thread is complete and it will sit securely once it's installed. Notice that I'm holding the gear against the housing as I put the shaft into place. Use some blue Loctite and then rub your grub screw in. They don't need to be super tight, the Loctite will do its job. Now we just install it onto the gearbox output shaft and reassemble the diff. Now you want to make sure that this isn't super tight. Sometimes it can mess with the meshing of the gears. Make sure you chuck some grease inside the diff housing there. The rear diff is much the same to the front. You just need to pull off the input shaft and make sure that it's securely attached to the drive shaft. The rest of the footage ended up corrupt for some reason. I think it might have been a podgy SD card. I haven't had an issue like this in the past, so it's weird. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, yeah, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more.